Good morning, everybody out there. June 14th, Great Northern JJ, Rocky Off the Rails, episode 41. Today, we're going to play a game or watch me play one. And I'm going to at least talk about that game and other things, of course. Howdy, Kevin Brown. Welcome to the show. Glad you could join me. Looks like Closet Branch said he can't come. So, Dwight, Curly Express. I got a little bit different setup today. I can't really show you what I got, but I had to try to put some cameras so I could have some overhead views of the game, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know that I've got the right cameras for this. And Dan, oh, here we are. YouTube said we wouldn't be live until 55 minutes from now. Did I set up the time wrong? I may have. Hopefully I didn't, but I could have set the live up for 9:55. Well, we'll just ride with it, and that's how it's going to go. If we don't get a lot of people here, that'll be why. Yeah, the time was wrong. Oops. Well, there we go. You know, it's always something. And when you're juggling a bunch of things, that's how it goes. In fact, that's probably the reason why I couldn't find myself on the big TV here. I was going to play on the big TV and see what it looked like on the big screen. But yeah, so I have an announcement. It appears, let's see, go check where we're at right now. I have 411 subscribers now. So we're chugging right along. The most top two streams were for the last month were let's see, the Lego build. And then the second most one was that how I put Kato Unitrack together. That one continues to just keep on chugging and keep continuing to add more views every month. Hey, Pete Motley, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we're not going to get to 500 by July 4th. Wow. I'll go broke if we do. I'll have to buy a whole another set of prizes. Okay. Well, that's where we're at today. Yeah, we got 8 people here, which is not bad for me screwing up the time. But, you know, hey, at least I'm here. And you are too. So I'm going to change views here. See what we got here. So this is one of 2 games by this designer, Friedemann Friese, fellow from Germany. There's a lot of German game designers. This one caught my eye. There is a previous version that is slightly the same, but it is called Free Ride, and this is the European version. This is a European map. Oh, we won't be playing that today. In fact, we'll see how much of this we play. So Free Ride is an interesting little game. Let me take this off of here. Let Rocky can stand up over there and oversee. Yep, Rocky is here. So what you've got here is, as long as everybody can see this, there's a little bit of reflection off this side. And I'm sorry, these names of these cities are pretty small. So I don't know what this looks like on a larger monitor. But since it's only at 720p, this is probably not optimal for the game for watching. But hey, Hot Dog Pilot Andy, welcome to the show. Okay, board looks great. So says Dan. Okay, so this I'll read a little bit about what the rules say. The game overview. Free Ride USA. During the 1950s, the network of railway lines in the USA was modernized because of new diesel locomotives. This allowed people to travel to the major cities to visit beautiful old and new structures all want to visit and experience. So that sums it up really well. There are, I think, 45 cities in here across the entire United States. So the goal is to visit, well, the solo game is a little bit more challenging. So the goal is to visit every single one of these cities with your little train piece here. There's also these cards down here that really represent what you're carrying as passengers. These two pieces down here, and all these little things right here that look like eggs. These are coin. So these are what you use to build or rebuild or upgrade railroad lines. So I've got a bunch of little pieces here, track, and these just go on the board like so to indicate that you have rebuilt the railroad lines. The banner is hiding. Oh, okay. We will turn the banner off. Thank you, Dan. There you go. Now we can see that bottom part there. Okay, let's go back to comments. Thank you, Dan. Okay, so yeah, so I'll go over this again. Down here, there's these two passenger cars and what looks like an F7 or an F3. And there's track pieces. Your train is represented by this little, it looks like a little miniature F7. And then it can move between, in the solo game, up to 5 cities. That's what this top part means up here. And then bottom one means that, well, the top one means you can build 5 pieces of track, 5 points of track. And then the bottom one is how many spaces you get to move. Now it's a little bit different for the 2 through 5 player games. I'm not going to go through that because I'm focused on this solo game. Now, I am going to give us another view here. And sorry about this, but the aspect on my camera here is a little bit fisheye. I didn't expect that, but that's what we've got here. So this is the second camera view. So at the beginning, there's 18 cards here. So there's 6, what do they call it? 6 possible routes that you could take, but actually you could look at the top 2 or the bottom 2. So for example, to go through something that's right in the middle here, we could choose to say, hey, I want to run my train from Chicago to Phoenix, or I could decide to go from Phoenix to Oklahoma City. And actually on the board, let's go back to the board view. Phoenix is over here. Oklahoma City is over here. So that could be something that we want to do. I will have to choose. The beginning of the game is a little bit different than the rest of the game. JP, yeah, JP is busy building his second level in his garage. Yeah. So we'll see who shows up if I'm still playing at 9:55 or 12:55, wherever you are. I think Dwight and Dan are at 12:55. Okay, no, Dwight's at 11 right now. Dan is at 12. Andy is at what? 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Still today. But okay. So yeah, the goal of this whole game here is I have to get my little train to pick up or deliver passengers to all 45 cities before I run out of money. And I have 40 coin here. And so that really equates to kind of like 40 turns, but there's a couple of differences. So I pay one of these coin to move my train, or I pay one of these coin to build track. And actually, what does it say? I'm going to double check on that because the solo game is something I've played once, and I've played this game with 2 people and 1 other person. So I played a 2-player game and a 3-player game. Let me see. At the start of each turn, you pay 1 coin to the general supply. Then you choose the actions. Either I can build rail, or I can ride the train. And then there's a couple other things. Okay. All right. Sorry for the dead space. Okay. So let's go back to what choices I have. Now, for those of you who may or may not be familiar with hooking networks up, and train lines are networks, just like roads are networks, just like computer wires and telephone wires form networks, as well as electrical lines. So we have a board here. We need to think about, one of the things that you need to think about is, hey, we want to be able to move our train efficiently back and forth across all these cities here. So we want to try to pick a set of cities from here that will line up with where our train will be. To get $200 for passing go. No, there's no such concept in this game. Not like a Monopoly, or sometimes what I like to call that, and seeing as how most games end up in Monopoly, it ends up to be monotony. But, okay, so for lack of better stuff, I'm going to pick the initial route of Phoenix to Oklahoma City. So that means my train will start. Let's transition back to the board. My train will start in Phoenix, and I want to get one of my first things is to get to Oklahoma City. So I put that in one of my passenger cars. And that's how the whole thing starts. Now, when I do that, there's another card here left. This one goes back to the game box, not to be used again. And I take from the deck here 3 more cards. And what I've got is Boston to Knoxville, Knoxville to San Francisco. So one of those 2 pairs. So now, as I'm starting my first turn, it would be nice that I'm out in Phoenix if along the way, so I'm going to have to build this track. There's 6 segments, but one of these is a tunnel. Will require an extra piece of track, you could say. It'd be nice if I could pick up something else along the way. And I'm looking at all the cards right now, and I really don't see anything else I could pick up along the way. However, if I go back over to, I'm looking at this other card right here on the way back. So once I get to Oklahoma City, here, I'll be just 1 space from Fort Worth, and there's a delivery from Fort Worth to San Diego that I can build by increasing my network here. So that will, that seems like a good idea. So that's where I'm going to start. So where am I going to start my first move? I can't move the train because these cities don't have, these rail lines here aren't upgraded yet. So first turn I need to do is take one of these coin here, and I'm going to put that back to the bank, and I'm going to build 5 points of building. So that tunnel costs 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my first turn. And I really can't move my train yet. And I need to optimize these things, because when I run out of money, the game is done for me. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to take another coin, and I'm going to build again. And this time I really am going to be able to use 5. So I'm going to take these 2 here. I got 5 pieces of track, and I'm going to put 1, to, okay, I'm hooked up to Oklahoma City now, hooked up to Fort Worth, hooked up to San Diego now. Now I can do that whole sequence that I was thinking about. So third piece gone already. I'm going to move my train. So I'm going to go, I have the passengers from Phoenix. I'm going to go 1, 2. That lets me drop off these. Now I save these. I'm going to put these off to the side. And I don't have a good way to do this, but there are 5 cities for each color. So don't know how many different colors that equals, but somebody can do the math. 45 into divided by 5. Yeah, sounds like 9, I think. 9 different colors. How do we know you're not cheating? Well, Dwight, when you play games with yourself, if you want to cheat, I suppose you can cheat. But actually, this is a solo games like this sometimes are all about not losing to the game. So, okay, so I do get to, with the third movement, we're still on that same turn. I get to Fort Worth, and I'm taking now, I'm going to fill up one of my passenger cars. And that reminder is I'm going to San Diego. So I'll bring that up to closer. Going back to San Diego. That was 1, 2, 3. Now I want to go back that way. 4, 5. So now that I've got that, I take the Minneapolis card. That's not available to me anymore. And I refill this whole slot here. And we've got, let's look at what we brought on. Pocatello, Birmingham, Pittsburgh. So Pocatello to Birmingham, Birmingham to Pittsburgh. So tune in to Dwight's tomorrow to watch live cheating. Awesome, Andy. Okay, so now I'm kind of like in a conundrum here. Since I'm going to San Diego, but where should I be going next? So one of the possibilities that I can hook up, and it's a little bit more serious building, but Sacramento to Buffalo is way up here. Looks like a good one, and I haven't visited either of those 2 cities. And it appears pretty bleak over in the west here. We're in a drought, which is kind of normal, isn't it, for the Western US? So my train is here. I got passengers who need to go to San Diego. But first, I want to make sure when I have the 5 building points or 5 points to move, that I can actually move. So I am going to build track this time. And I'm going to build 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I got 1 piece left, and I know that I want to pick up this Sacramento to Buffalo, and I'm going to build that 1 piece there, and I'm putting this little thing that I'm still building that there because I can't build elsewhere. I have to complete this. Okay, so here we go. Now we can get the trains going this time. And my 5th, I'm already using my $5 here. I'm going to move 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as I went through San Diego, I dropped off San Diego. So now I have 2 of the teal colors, and I have 1 of this, and I get to pick up Sacramento to Buffalo. Don't have either of those. No, I need to go to Buffalo before I can unload those passengers. Cheyenne, unfortunately, is not available anymore. And I can see, oh, Los Angeles, that's good. To Washington, oh, doubly good. And there. So there's something special when I get that. So when you get something that goes from the West Coast to the East Coast or the East Coast to the West Coast, that's a special one. It has these two symbols that tell you that will give you a bonus of 2 coin back from the bank. So if I pick up that sequence, I will get that. And guess what I'm going to do? Los Angeles is right here. I'm heading to Buffalo, but Washington is right here. So that's great because I'm going that way anyways. So that's good. Now I want to read the solo ones because I think that I actually get some extra money for that, but I'm not sure. East-west connection. When you choose an east-west connection, take the 2 coins and place them with your other coins. When adding a east-west connection to the display, place 2 coins on it. 2 also. Okay, well, this is important because that gives me 2 extra turns to move, which is cool. So I ended up at 5 right there, pretty sure. Let's count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I don't need to build track this turn. Let's go ahead and move the train back that way, even though the track is not completed yet. That's fine. 1, 2. Now pick up Los Angeles. Oh, what did I forget to do? There's a coin. Don't let me forget that. Okay. That's my 6th coin gone. But guess what? I got 2 coins back. And I'm going from Los Angeles to Washington. So I would have to say that a game check on here. This says it takes you 55 minutes to play this game. Maybe when there's more people, but by myself and narrating everything I'm doing, it's going to take more than 55 minutes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in Albuquerque. I'm headed that way. But guess what? And get another thing, St. Louis no longer available. And we get New York to Seattle and Cincinnati. And look, that's another one of these connected ones. So I get to put, if I can do that one, I can get 2 more coins. Cool. Okay. So I'm here in Albuquerque, but I need to build some more track before I get running again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a coin. Yep, thanks. I'm not cheating. Okay, we're going to complete that. And I think I'm going to go Kansas City to St. Louis. I think more central route here. We're going to go build track to Brother Dan's house. There, that track is headed east out of Cincinnati. I think that goes right through Dayton. Don't make the left turn in Albuquerque, Bugs Bunny. That's funny, Pete. Okay, so that completes that movement. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have 5 movement points here. So let's go ahead and build. Where am I building to? Buffalo or Washington. And I also want to get to New York. So thinking about the best approach. One is I'm headed towards Pittsburgh. So here we go. Spending that coin. Picking up probably 4 pieces of track, but there's really going to be 5 building points. So 1 there, 2 there, picks up to Pittsburgh. 3, 4, but actually, let's do this. 3, 4 is a tunnel between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, and 5 gets me to Washington. Now I have all those cities connected over here, which is cool. Remember, to visit all these cities, I'm going to have track touching all these cities before my coins run out. This is challenging. So I now have more than 5 cities that I can move through. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend that coin, give it to the bank, and move 5 spaces. Oklahoma City, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in Pittsburgh. Wow, I'm trucking right along. Went right past Brother Dan's house, and probably maybe even I didn't go up towards Chicago, so I don't know. Past Dwight's house, kind of along the way, somewhere between Cincinnati and St. Louis. But there you go. So I'm almost there. And so let's count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll be good. I don't need to build any track yet to get up to over here, New York. But look, there's also another card set here that I haven't visited either. There's Boston to Knoxville. So on the next turn, I can pick up New York after I built the track. New York, Seattle, Boston, Knoxville. That'll be cool. That will be 4 more cities that I don't have yet. And I only have 4 cities. So it's getting, but I'm going to have 8 cities soon. And Kevin Brown says he's halfway between Chicago and St. Louis. Well, I could build 1 track there, and eventually I will. And Andy, Montrose Highland, welcome. Everybody's watching me badly play this game solo, and it's not special, but it is a challenge. So I'm going to spend a coin back to the bank and move 5 spaces. 1 to Buffalo, dropping off Buffalo and Sacramento. Woohoo! That's my first yellow card and first Sacramento card. And there's nothing for me to do here. 3 back to Pittsburgh, 4 into Philadelphia, 5 to Washington, and those passengers were delivered from Los Angeles to Washington. My first green card, haha. And I got 5 blue cards now. Yeah, it is kind of like Ticket to Ride, but it's it's a little bit more varied than that. Ticket to Ride, I think, is a lot easier conceptually. I do have Ticket to Ride. Maybe we'll play that, but really need to have multiple players really to play Ticket to Ride. So here we are again. Choice is move or build. And I said that I do want to go. Let's go look at what I can pick up. I want to go and take this one, New York, Seattle, because I'm almost to New York. Go back to the track. Almost to New York, and I have a little bit of building to get up farther up the West Coast. So there you go. Let's go. And apologize for anybody who's joining now who thought that the show was starting at 9:55. That was a mistake by yours truly. If we don't have one goof up, then usually, um, that's how it goes. So, got 5 pieces of track. Did I pay my coin this turn? I don't know. I'll pretend that I did. Okay. So 1, 2 gets me to Boston. I got 3 pieces of track left, and I know that I'm gonna get back to Knoxville. So I'm gonna hook up Cincinnati and Knoxville here. Now I have 2 pieces of building left. I see this other one right here that I could pick up along the way, Birmingham to Pittsburgh, and I haven't gone there. So let's switch that view. Birmingham to Pittsburgh right here. I can pick that up and take that back there before I head all the way back to Seattle. So let's do that. And I got one more construction point. I'll go ahead and put that. Well, we'll do that here. A reminder that I need to complete that track before I do anything else. So I have to build 3 more, but I have 4 more builds just to get to Seattle. So now I will remember I'm about to move now. I can get to New York and Boston to pick up passengers. So taking that coin, I'm going to be moving my train. 1, 2, pick up New York to Seattle. And that's cool because I get 2 more coin, and having more coin is super important. I'm going to deliver to Seattle. Cincinnati is not done. And I'm going to get into this next deck. There's actually 3 little decks of cards. They have a 1 and a 2 or a 3 on them. This is not really important in the solo game, but what is important to know is that each of these decks only have 30 of the 45 cities in them. So we get 90. Divide that by 2. Divided by 45. There's only 2 of each city uniquely. So if these cards that are getting discarded, they're important. That means that there's only 1 of those left. So I can't discard. I don't want to discard a second one like Cincinnati. The next Cincinnati that shows up, I'm going to have to deliver it somehow, or I won't ever be able to visit that city. Yeah, Kevin, yeah, that's absolutely right. A lot of the railroad games do not have solo rules. So let me count out this again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 into Boston, in New York, 3 into Boston. And fortunately, I've already picked up San Francisco. So that is the second San Francisco card. No, I haven't. I have not picked up San Francisco. So the next San Francisco card, I'm going to have to do that one. And this is Boston to Knoxville. These cards are kind of neat for people who are colorblind. There's also little symbols down here. So this is like a little star, and that's a circle. So they've done a lot of thinking about those kind of challenges. And what do we got? Oh, San Francisco. I'm going to have to do that card, no matter what it is. To Albuquerque. Well, fortunately, that's going to be cool. in Atlanta. Now, where this gets a little challenging is like, what happens if I have two cards where one or all three of these cards are the last ones? Then I'm kind of screwed. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now where am I headed? I'm heading to Knoxville. And then I think I'm heading to Birmingham. Let me switch back. So I went up to Boston. Now I'm in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. And okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm headed towards Seattle and Knoxville. So go ahead and pay a coin. And I'm going to head towards Knoxville. 1, 2, 3. 3 gets me to Knoxville. I can deliver that. That's cool. My first red card and my second green. So Washington and Boston I've done. 3, 4. I have one empty spot. I can carry 2 different passengers. 4 into Knoxville, into Birmingham, I think. Birmingham. I'm going to pick up Birmingham and Pittsburgh. And I got to deliver to Pittsburgh. So I'm going to do that little before I go back. Discarding Pocatello. So I'm remembering that I discarded that. And what do we got? Oh, the second New Orleans card. So we've got 2 options here for New Orleans. New Orleans to Barstow or Barstow to El Paso. So, Barstow to El Paso, I'm very close to that. Need to build through the mountains out of LA here to get to Barstow, and Albuquerque down to El Paso here is an easy build. So what was that? I think I'm at 3 because I was in Philadelphia. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 back to Knoxville. I'm headed back to Pittsburgh to do that. And these new cards, I didn't get any ones that would have coins on them, unfortunately. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get this Pittsburgh one done. Paying that coin. Gonna move 2. 1, 2, Pittsburgh. I'm at 2. Dropping off Pittsburgh and St. Louis. So second red card. Oh, wait, I put it in this wrong pile. Second red card, second yellow card. 1, 2. And nothing to pick up here right now. What do we got? Chicago to St. Louis. That's an easy. But I'd have to lose, and I haven't done either of those cities. Omaha to Savannah. Yeah, this is the only one. And I should explain something. You need to be in these cities to pick up those passengers. You can't just pick these cards up. So I think I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to lose 1 movement point here. 3, 4. I'm going to wait in St. Louis here because I haven't built into Chicago. And that'll end that turn. Now I need to spend a coin and I'm going to build. So what do we know we need to build? Well, we need to build 1 piece here. And once I pick that up, let's see where that goes. But let's go ahead and complete these other 4 here because we know. Well, actually, no. I couldn't do that. I need to build this first. 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5. Hopefully, I didn't forget that previously. Okay, that's it. Another coin here. I'm going to be moving. So my idea is to go to Chicago and just take it right back to St. Louis. So here we go, Kevin. Right past your house. Picking up Chicago to St. Louis. Well, this is an easy one. And taking those to St. Louis. Well, they're not going to be in this train very long. 3. Well, it's before we moved 1. So Fargo is gone. That's okay. Pittsburgh, which I've already done. Oklahoma City, I've already done. Houston. So cities that I've already done, especially in a pair, this would be useless for me. I don't even want to do that delivery. It does nothing for me. But I do need Houston. But I haven't discarded Houston yet. But this is going to be a hole here. I'm never going to be able to get rid of these and get another. This slot will be basically frozen. Let me switch over here. Pittsburgh, Houston, Pittsburgh, Oklahoma. That's these new cards. Oklahoma City, Houston. So I could do Oklahoma City, Houston, but I've already done this. So it's kind of like a wasted connection. So let's complete our movement here. 2, St. Louis is done. So I got St. Louis and Chicago. Well, I got 3. I'm getting close to completing. Yellow needs 2 more cities. I need to get to Detroit and Buffalo. No, Buffalo in Buffalo. I need to do a Cincinnati, and I need to do Detroit. That was 2 here. Let's see. Do I have anything else that I could pick up now? No, nothing really looks convenient. So I think I'm heading back this way. 3, 4, 5. Now I'm in Albuquerque. I could pick up Albuquerque to Atlanta. I haven't done either of those. It would be the first orange card. I could pick that up, but I also haven't done San Francisco and Albuquerque. And that's going to be an easy turn. And I'm already connected there. So I'm going to go out to San Francisco. On my way to Seattle, I will pick this up. Okay, that was 5. Let's move again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead and pick up these just so I can see what else is coming. 4. San Francisco to Albuquerque. That's my second passenger car. And Atlanta gets discarded. So still okay there. What do we got? Knoxville. I've been there. Detroit. I think I've been to Detroit. No, I haven't been to Detroit. Well, that's a kicker. Detroit and Billings. I haven't been there, but Billings is way the heck up here. Detroit is easy. Maybe that would make sense. Maybe. 4, 5 up to Portland. That's really far up there. So now I'm going to have a free space down here when I deliver Seattle this next turn. What's my next move? I think it's going to be picking up Barstow to El Paso here. We'll be discard New Orleans, but there's a New Orleans to Omaha that I can pick up soon. So with all that done, let's just keep the ball rolling here. I'm going to pay a coin and move to Seattle. Drop off Seattle for my first kind of magenta color card. And I get a New York. That's a green one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have any of these orange cards yet. And I don't have any of these southern cards over here. That's going to be concerning. But that's okay. We'll get to that. One, and we didn't get any new cards, so there's nothing new to think about here, except we're headed down, and we're going to have to delay stuff slightly. 2, 2, 3, 4, and I have to lose another point again, unfortunately, because I should have built this. That could add up if you don't keep track of that. So I am going to build now. And remember, I'm headed to Albuquerque, which I'm connected to, and Barstow. So I'm going to spend 1, 2 there because there's a tunnel. And 3 to El Paso. And then what's next? That actually seems reasonable. Let's go back over here. Along the way, remember, I've already been to Oklahoma City, so I'm not sure that I want to do that one. Detroit Billings, well, that's way up in the northeast. Picking up Barstow, picking this one up next turn. Probably need to think about picking this one up here because I need New Orleans because I'm going to discard this only New Orleans card. So I think building towards New Orleans makes sense. And the easiest connection there, remember, I'm trying to optimize my track. So my last 2 pieces I will build from Birmingham to New Orleans. Now, it does mean I make this loop over here, but there's some trade-offs there. And having this kind of central line, just like railroads do, let me go back over here, just like railroads do, having kind of like a central spine that goes from east to west and then connect off can be valuable, even though you might waste time. See ya. See ya, Andy. See you on the next show. So, with all that said, let's take a coin. We're getting rid of that. And we're going 1 into Barstow. In Barstow, we pick up Barstow to El Paso. So I've got space for that. Taking the New Orleans card. Putting over into this cards. And getting Richmond. That's the second Richmond. Richmond to Bangor. Or how cool is that? Almost Portland to Portland. Bangor to Portland will give me 2 coin. Now, if I do this 2 here, I must do either Jacksonville to Richmond, which actually could be a useful thing to do just to be down there, or Richmond to Albuquerque. And remember, I'm already dropping off the other Albuquerque card, so I probably won't want to do that. So where am I at? I'm in Barstow. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to El Paso, but along the way, I get to drop off Albuquerque and San Francisco. So I only need 1 more light blue card, and that is Barstow. And I won't need to think about the light blue anymore. But I will have to think about all these cities up here I'm not even connected to. That tells me really that I'm going to have a problem. I need to connect a lot more cities here to win this game, or to even not lose this game. Really, that's what it's about. So that was 5 at Albuquerque. I've got an empty spot here. And what am I doing right now? Next turn, I'm going to be going to El Paso. But what should I do next? Probably, let's go look at the cards. New Orleans and Houston. I have to do New Orleans because New Orleans has been discarded. That one looks like the next one good to go. I think I want to eventually get up here and do Bangor to Portland just because, but that is a huge trip. I mean, that's going all the way from there, all the way back over to Portland. So even though I'll pick up 2 extra movements, 2 extra turns, I should think about that because I could just do Richmond to Bangor. But if I do Richmond to Bangor, then I got this other Richmond card. It doesn't make sense. So I think I'm going to have to do Jacksonville to Richmond. So what am I doing right now? You might ask. Well, I'm going to pay to move and just get moving here. 1, drop off El Paso. And that completes the blue cards. I don't need to look at the blue cards anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where am I headed to right now? I am headed down to New Orleans here, but I also have Jacksonville to Richmond. So, I got some building that needs to happen here. So I'm not in Omaha. So let's go ahead and spend a coin and do some building. Got 5 pieces here. So I'm gonna get Omaha connected. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 tunnel, 4, 5. And so the next turn, I'll have to build 1 in something else. To just, my goal is to go to Jacksonville and deliver that back to Richmond. Okay, so spending these coin like they're free, but they're not. Where am I headed? I'm headed to New Orleans. So pay that coin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in New Orleans right now. Picked up the last remaining New Orleans to Omaha. Headed back to Omaha. Savannah is gone, but that's okay. And let's refill this. What have we got now? New York. I've been to New York. To San Diego. Whoa, well, I've been to both those cities. Only reason why I do that is if they've got, let's go transition back here. New York, San Diego, done both those cities. Would be wasteful, but I would get 2 coins, so there's a trade-off there. San Diego to Memphis, no coins, but I haven't been to Memphis. I have been to San Diego. I don't need any of these cards. So, wow, how many points was I at? I think I had hit New Orleans and then I was done there. So, let's do this. I got an empty space here. I'm going to do a little bit of building to connect us to Jacksonville. And then I'm also going to make a little convenience route here to hook up. Sorry, you weren't seeing that. Sure, Andy, I went to Sesenta, passed through. It might have been on the other side of Barstow, though. I don't know. Are you closer to Barstow to Albuquerque or Los Angeles to Barstow? I don't know. Or Barstow goes up to San Francisco, according to this map. So 2, 3. I've got 2 extra pieces of track. Banger. Those 2 I both need to do. Ugh, that's really, I'm really struggling with that. In Detroit to Billings or Knoxville to Detroit. Thing is, I've been to Knoxville. Wow. Things are getting interesting. Let's think about Detroit to Billings. So if I'm going to do Detroit to Billings, I'm in Omaha. Let's build this way. See, there's 2 Billings cards up here. Billings is Salt Lake City, which 2 I haven't done. But I do need Detroit and that. So, and I haven't discarded, I have not discarded a, oh wait, this is a card that I've done. I have not discarded a Salt Lake City yet. Yep. Welcome to the show, Julianne. Yeah, sorry, I might have started the show at 9:00 like usual, but I think the reminder said 9:55. So welcome to the show. We're playing this game, watching me play this game. And where am I going? I just put those extra 2 down here. Oh, wait. I forgot. Did I want to do that banger? Banger to Portland? Man, that is just intimidating. I don't want to do that right now, but I will have to go to Bangor someday. So let's take some coin. Let's take some coin. And I'm moving. Where am I moving? Well, I do need to go back to Omaha, but first let's go out here and get this little Jacksonville to Richmond. So 1, 2, 3, pick up Jacksonville to Richmond. 3. Albuquerque is gone, but I've been to Albuquerque. 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, because I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Richmond ends it, and I deliver Richmond and Jacksonville, which is great because I have not. I got to move my little bowls over here. Richmond and Jacksonville are the first cities in the South. Yeah, you can actually watch the whole show again if you want. Dan is right. So we do get Denver to Duluth. Well, I haven't been to either of those. Or Duluth to Salt Lake City. Now this is an interesting thing. You know, Salt Lake City I haven't been to, but it's also this one's over here. Billings, Salt Lake City. But I'm probably going to do Detroit to Billings next. So that means that Salt Lake City, this whole thing over here is going to be useless, except Miami to Billings. I could do that, but I'm doing Detroit to Billings. Okay, let's forget about that. So where am I at? I am going to. So wait a second. Let's think about this. We have an opportunity. We're going to be in Billings. So we build the Billings. We could build the Great Northern Route up here. Well, let me switch this. We could build the Great Northern Route, or we could build that Union Pacific route right here. 6. We could build this here, and be to Portland, and I could just run up to Bangor and pick up this card and deliver. That's the fourth green one that I haven't done yet. I'm still looking for one more green. I haven't seen a Philadelphia yet. That's interesting. There must be Philadelphia card still in here, in the threes. So, okay. Dan says, yeah, okay. Chat's up to date. So what are we doing here? I know that I need to get to Detroit, but I'm not in Detroit yet. So I should build there. But first I have to build to Cheyenne in Billings. So building this turn. Coin gone. And I only have 21 turns left. Detroit. Bangor. Oh, wait. Had to do that first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4. And then 5. Oh boy. Okay. So let's go pick up some passengers. But interesting. I need to do a little bit of a detour here. I need to free up space before I'm carrying Billings and Portland. Those are going to fill up my whole passenger cars. I have one passenger car full already, so I don't really want to go up to Detroit and Bangor yet. I need to come to the center and then go back over there. That's unfortunate, but that is what it is. So I'm paying to move 5 spaces. 1 to Cincinnati, 2, 3, 4, Omaha. And in Omaha, we're dropping off that one there, and I only need one more light blue. I got everything except for Houston right now. 4, I think that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going back to Kansas City. Okay, so what do we got to do now? Now all the track is built that way. I might as well connect this up here. I'm going to have to do it anyways. Let's spend a coin. I can only build 4 pieces of track because there's a tunnel here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It actually built the other way, but we completed that whole thing this turn. So, okay, that's done. That loop is connected. Spending a coin. Okay. See you soon, Andy. Thanks for joining us. Spent the coin for movement, and I'm headed to Detroit first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then stopped in Pittsburgh. While I was in Detroit, I picked up Detroit to Billings. So now I've got both those cities I haven't seen before. Knoxville I've done before, so that's okay. That's okay. And I get to see some new things here. Omaha, no, been there, done that. Spokane, have not done that. Jacksonville, have done that. But it's another extend my life. There's 2 coins on that. I might pick that up, even though I've been to Jacksonville. Okay, where am I going? Going to Bangor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In Bangor, I get 2 extra coin. And remember, I paid 1 coin. So I get 2 coin back. Bangor to Portland. I have not done either. Richmond goes away. It's okay. I've done Richmond. And let's see. Going back here. For those of you, this is going to be a long stream. Oh, you know that we have we've got 19 turns this. Orlando to Philadelphia. But guess what? I can't do any of these cards until I come all the way back to Billings. I'm set now. I didn't need to get to Billings before I can pick up or drop off anything. So I think that was 5. Let's go ahead and we're moving. We got to do a lot of movement here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really slow getting out of the northeast. And I can't do anything. This is going to burn my coin fast here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, in Billings. Dropped off a Billings card, dropped off at Detroit. And 5 to Pocatello, because I am on my way to, hold on, let's see. Somebody is messaging me. Have to take a look at this. Everybody can still hear me. It looks like that. Okay. Back to the game. Okay. What were we doing here? Let's look at options. Spokane to Jacksonville, we could do that. And gives me 2 other coins. That's probably a good idea. Billings to Salt Lake City, not so much a good idea, but I think I have to do this Duluth. This Duluth to Salt Lake City over here. Yeah. And I don't really see anything else that actually makes sense. Sure, well, we're not in New York. They're not in New York. That one's a repeat. Pittsburgh and Oklahoma City are repeats. We know that. Houston is the only other card. I think I'm going to build. I'm not going to deliver yet this turn. So there we go. And yeah, I think we're going to actually cut this stream short here. I'll probably finish this game myself. But I hope everybody has liked this little short gameplay here. And while I'm at it, we can go build down to Miami, because I know I need to go there, and build to Denver. I know I need to go there. So we'll just finish so appropriate. We're going to finish by dropping those passengers in Portland. So dropping that off, paying the coin, got to Portland. We went from the other Portland, Maine, essentially Bangor, to Portland. Wow, how appropriate it is that we stop this stream there. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, and pick up Spokane to Jacksonville. Get rid of the Omaha card. See what we've got. Duluth. There's just another Duluth, Boston. Yuck. Okay, so how appropriate was it that we ended up over here in Portland? We were in Portland. We picked up some passengers in Spokane. Yeah, it's not really that long of a game. I mean, you could play this in an hour with 3 or 4 people, because there's a lot more things going on and these cards go through fast. But this is a nice little game. It seems like it's hard but the concepts are really easy. So I'm going to switch back to my main view here. So thanks everybody for joining me. Yeah, JP, thanks for joining us right as we're about to conclude the show. We were playing, watching me try to complete this game, and it was just not gonna happen in an hour. And see, we're at hour and 15 minutes right now or so. But I think we're about an hour playing the game. I spent a little bit of entry time explaining the mechanics. I'm probably not going to finish this game myself. I may, but we'll see. I don't have see what how much time I have in my day today, because I would like to get to the layout. I do have some layout announcements. Layout announcements are: I have been able to successfully get the control panel wired up, with the exception of turnout controls, and I have one more wire to redo. Yeah, to everybody, happy Father's Day tomorrow for all the fathers out there. There's a number of them on this show. And let's see, Dwight, JP, happy Father's Day. Pete, happy Father's Day. Dan, happy Father's Day. Kevin Brown, I don't know. I'm assuming happy Father's Day. The Andys have both left. Kevin Brown, don't know. Might be. To your father, happy Father's Day. Or wish your own father a happy Father's Day if he's still with us. Yeah, that's about the whole crew here. Anyways, thanks for joining me, wasting away an hour of your time watching me play a little diversion off of model railroading, but still in the train themes. You know, we've got the Abraham Lincoln behind me still. I'm wearing my Great Northern Empire Builder t-shirt. How appropriate that we end up in Portland for the end of the stream. So please like and subscribe. Again, I'm at 411 subscribers. Also, send email to greatnorthernjj@gmail.com. Let me put that up. Put the banner up. The 400 giveaway. Mention Rocky's name, what scale you want to win in the grand prize. Remember, there are two grand prizes, one in HO and one in N scale, both Union Pacific. I might find something different in the future. Don't have a lot of very interested people. Well, the odds are still good. The odds are still good. The odds are right now probably 50-50 that you would win something. You would probably win. I've got two of those tape measures, scale to give away as the entry prizes. I've got two polo t-shirts with some railroad that you pick and some color that you pick and your size. You can win two of those. And then the grand prizes in each one of the scales, HO or N scale. And if you were selected for the grand prize and you picked other, we'll work out something that's similar price. So that may enter into a new uncharted territory. So I may give away 3 grand prizes in that case. So there you go. If you're overseas, we can also work something out. If you would rather have me save the postage and you would rather take an alternative prize. But anyways, very flexible here. Finger points or paint by numbers. Dwight. Yeah, happy 250th birthday for the Army. Hey, Wesley, thanks for joining. We're about to conclude the show, but I think that's all we got. So Rocky reminds me, need to do my signature thing. But remember, join us next week, or we're going to be doing a layout update. I think that's what I said I was going to do. In 2 weeks, we run trains. 3 weeks will be layout photos again. So that's how we're going into layout photos. And guess what? It's the grand prize drawing in 3 weeks. So get your entry in. If you haven't sent like the email right here, Great Northern JJ Gmail, do that and you could win a prize. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy all this silliness. Even if you don't, do it anyways. And I'll be back. Okay, that's all we got. That's all we got. And for some reason, I'm almost out of battery in my Mac, so it's time to finish. So cheers to y'all. That's it.